Okay, this is Listen Next 771. Again, you can find me on ChristinaSatia918.com. You can find me on Podbean. You can find me on Spotify, Scorpio71. Okay, so, and on YouTube, ChristinaSatia918, and Twitter, ChristinaMS918. Okay, so I'm going to get another one done here. Okay, this one is going to be, okay, so the first thing I want to tell you is, last week, it was the last week or the week before, she said in my brain, I was at lunch at work, and she said in my brain, unless I was here at home at night, but I think I was at work. I can't remember when I was. But anyway, she said that she has, and you know Jean always lies, so I don't know. But this is what she said, so you're going to have to fact check it. She said she now has 500,000 people in her location. So, and this would be her subcutaneous hostage racket hiding the massive one underneath it. So her stunt PR hostage racket where people are like ready to kill her, they want out of it. She said she has 500,000 people with her where she's at right now. So I'm just letting you know. Okay, so anyway, so moving forward, so Fantasy Island, the TV show Fantasy Island, I think Aaron Spelling, didn't Aaron Spelling create that show? He created a lot of popular shows. Okay, so Fantasy Island, you can tell that she used Fantasy Island as a theme, obviously, because of the initials. She wanted to frame the Marine Corps. And also you can tell because of, remember Tattoo? The little guy? He would go, deplane. So she used that too. So what I'm doing here is, so I mean, besides the obvious of her using that TV show, I want to go more into it. So I'm going to go through some of the decode behind some of the ciphers and decode behind it. So it saw a one season revival in 1998 and a 2021 reboot, as well as a horror film adaptation in 2020. If you take 2001 minus 1978, that's BC. If you take 1978 minus 1971, that's 7. Then inside that is Backdraft and Baklava. If you take 1978 minus 1976, that's 2. And then you have, it connects to the 1979 Iran hostage crisis, and in all that, you can see 279. If you take 1978 minus 1937, that's 1941. That was the year of Pearl Harbor. So she's using, and she's done this several times, and let me tell you something, she's using Pearl Harbor because she is stalking my family. She wants to do this, like she wants to make it look like it's the military is doing. It is not. It's their Manson cult, and she's stalking the ever living hell out of me. Everything is wrapped around my life. My grandpa was in Pearl Harbor. My grandpa was in the Navy. He was in Pearl Harbor, and she did a lot of really nasty, vulgar ciphers that I decoded using Pearl Harbor regarding me and my little first boyfriend in junior high. And then she took that and overlapped that for her other money maker, and then like switched out pieces and parts, like where there is no part, she like put parts in. Where there's no parts either. She is an abuser. She is a liar. Anyway, so all the skating stuff comes from my junior high years, my grade school years, my junior high years, my high school years. Everybody skateboarded. Okay. So she's got this skating fetish. So anyway, she wrote some nasty stuff. And she tried to apply it to her other big money maker, which we don't need to go into everything she did, because that's what she was going to use as her excuse. Her commit the crime, her twist it all around and then use that as her excuse to do the World Trade Center attack in the future. So when she pre-planned to do the World Trade Center attack, but that's her whole get up. So anyway, so she's like smacking like my grandpa Sasha in the face by doing that. Like, but she doesn't care. She doesn't care about my family. But if you go talk to her on the street, Christina's telling on Gina. She's so precious. She's just picking on that lady. She keeps saying she committed stolen. She did commit stolen valor. She's stalking my family. Anyway, so in that is Pearl Harbor, then there's Yarlon in it, and then that goes to Orson Welles. And then I noticed, looking in the years, I noticed seeing the Chinese calendar. I was like, this is cool. This is really cool right here. There's such thing as a metal dragon. I didn't even know that. So anyway, the metal dragon in that is 4638 or 4431. There's also a metal snake. So Asia would be just like so fascinating to talk to. I bet they could decode. Well, I would just be fascinated to see what they could see in this with what Jean did. It would be completely fascinating with the crimes that Jean has committed. But it proves again that Jean has committed these crimes. So then I came across, that's also connected to this, the snake and the 5 elements. So snake is present day to future terrorism. So you know how one terror ring or reign, like a span of time, like connects to another, but they overlap and it's like a downward slope to the end. Okay, so we're like in the part of this present terror phase of silent war is the snake terrorism, and it's going to get worse if she doesn't get arrested. So here's more here's more evidence of her using the Chinese calendar. I've decoded the Chinese calendar before, her using the China. I've decoded a lot of ciphers that she's written around the Chinese calendar. And you know my year of birth, 1971, you know what that year is, the year of the pig. She really, like, literally thinks she's going to sacrifice me. She's not going to. So anyway, but you got all that from my previous podcast. So anyway, the snake and the 5 elements. So note the water snake and the fire snake. So again, I was like, oh my God, with the water snake and the fire snake. So that goes to my grade school years when I couldn't believe there's Legos like this. There are Legos created out there like this. I saved a picture. I was like, oh my God. So that goes back to me being in grade school in Globe, and we went to Lake Roosevelt, and I was standing in the water, and it was very, very, very bright, like almost fluorescent bright, a very bright orange snake. I was watching it slither right over my foot, my right foot in the water. I watched it like out of nowhere, just came up and slithered right over my foot and slithered off. Really, really bright orange snake. So anyway, so that goes to this, the water snake and the fire snake. So also somebody said she also used when hell freezes over. And then in her column theme, she also combines with pin. You know how she uses pin as a theme? She uses open and close. So open has pin in it. And then with the open, it goes open, and then it goes oink, and then it goes pink, and then it goes Floyd. And then you're going to have to see the Pink Floyd album cover. I'll talk more about Pink Floyd later on, but I think I've already covered that. The podcast where I told you about the day that I had, the career day I had at East Globe Elementary when I was little, and all the kids got to go to these little different careers in the playground, and like different businesses came in and set up little kiosks or stands in the playground, and then we went like on a little Globe business tour in grade school in our playground and got to learn about all the different businesses and stuff. And I went to this one, and this guy was literally setting himself on fire. That stayed in my brain all my life. He's like on fire right in front of me, and it's not hurting him. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, I was a little kid. I was in grade school. I'm like, how are you doing that? He like dumped stuff on him, and he was like on fire. His arms are on fire. He's standing there. He's literally on fire, and he's not burning. And I was like, what the heck is going on? I was freaking out. So anyway, that goes to, she pre-planned all that. She iced me. She planned all that. So I would look back in time and trip out, and then look back and look forward again and know what she was planning to do, the World Trade Center attack. And then, so she's using Pink Floyd, and Pink Floyd, The Wall, obviously, but the Pink Floyd album cover where the guy is on fire shaking someone's hand. That goes to my childhood at East Globe Elementary. That's what that's a reference to. And then what she put on my dad's refrigerator, because she's trying to steal my identity, and she's trying to make it look like she's not the one doing it. But she tries to pretend like she's me in the government. She tries to pretend like she's me as a child, like a 3-year-old. And she tries to steal my identity. She tries to pretend to be me. She tries to steal my decode. So this is what she did on my dad's refrigerator. So she's got, and it's so funny too, in Mindspace and mental telepathy, she's got this the day that she joined the Navy. And she's facing a Navy guy, a recruiter, I guess, and she's got her hand held out, and she's shaking his hand. Now, the Pink Floyd cover, the guy's on fire and his hand out, and he's shaking his hand, okay? Or he's shaking his hand. So what she's doing is she's trying to say that she's on fire. She's trying to make herself look like a victim is what she's trying to do. And at the same time, look what I did to you, Christina, because I damn well know that goes to East Globe Elementary when I'm standing there looking at that guy setting himself on freaking fire. So, and then obviously because the catheter thing is on the same refrigerator, she's like trying to use MK Ultra on me, like for me to go, what the hell? And I did for a while. And then I started decoding, going crazy. And then I was like, what the heck? And now I know for sure it was her, because I'm like, what is going on? So now I know for sure it was her, and she plays a victim, and she's acting like it's her. So she's modeling Pink Floyd is what she's doing there. So column goes to wall, then there's Big Ben in that, and then Penny continued, and then also coin is in that, and then coin coincidence. Okay, so cider is also in coincidence, and then that goes back again to grade school when me and my mom went Christmas caroling, and we went and had apple cider at Mrs. Parker's in first grade, and she made me the little green ornament that said Nina on it, and see all the ciphers around that. It also connects to Lloyd's of London. Also, the pink goes to her attacking Tyson and Holyfield. You're going to have to see that podcast. These guys are boxers, just like she ices football players. They already suffer enough injuries as it is. There's no control of artificial intelligence whatsoever. I mean, she ripped it off. So let's just let people run wild with it and hurt our sports heroes. That sounds like a damn good idea. She just runs wild with it and does whatever the hell she wants. But anyway, so Tyson and Holyfield. So remember, Tyson bit his ear off. Do you remember that? And then she used Mike Tyson name as her Manson signature, using Michael Manson, Mike Tyson. And then also something else, when I was in junior high, I took the weirdest class in the world. It kind of worked out handy, but I took the weirdest class in the world, and I just took it because it was there, it was available, and I was like, okay, when I was a little kid. But anyway, there was a shorthand class. Remember shorthand and nothand? So the delete symbol, so this tells you also more in history, how she uses with the pre-planning. So if you look at the delete symbol in shorthand, see the little curl at the end. So something that is very, 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 very significant. But I took the shorthand class, and I know she was going to use it to manipulate and con and use her you-know-what theme. So anyway, let me end this recording. I'm going to end this one, and then I'll do another one probably tomorrow.